An Amazon relay clawback. Let's talk about what it is and, more importantly, how to avoid getting one. Let's get after it. I'd love to provide you Amazon's definition of a clawback, but when I go into Support Center and search for that, that search yields no results. So we're kind of left with my interpretation of it, which is Amazon feels that you've either misrepresented your work or not followed a process to the extent that justifies them to retroactively take back money that was originally offered for the load. With an infinite amount of possibilities out there of how a clawback can occur that I couldn't possibly cover all, I'm just going to tell you what happened to me. I had signed up for a simple round trip. Showed up to the first leg of that, got checked in. It was about 5 minutes before I was supposed to depart, and found out from the guard shack, not through the app. The guard shack called me up and said, hey, this leg of the tour has been canceled. The problem was that the app was still hung up saying verify trailer ID. I tried restarting it. I tried everything I knew how to do. And also you got to keep in mind, this was early on in my trucking career with Amazon. I didn't know exactly how their processes work. I didn't know about taking screenshots. I have no screenshots to share with you because I just didn't know then what I know now. And I kind of started to panic because now if I did that callback at a minimum is going to take 10 minutes, which was going to put me late checking into my next location. And then when this whole load was done, I had another load booked afterwards. And I started kind of getting into this mindset of like, man, if I'm late to this, I'm going to be late to that. I'm going to be late to that. And I just saw my grade kind of crumbling in front of me as far as, I'm just going to be late. So what we decided to do is at the guard shack, rather than calling ROC, I went to the guard shack and said, how do I fix this? I'm due at this next location in 5 minutes. Fortunately for me, it was across the street. I still could have made it. But basically what was decided to do, we chose to virtually add a trailer to my truck. Didn't leave with a trailer. Went across the street I was going from San 3 to San 5 and made it to San 5 on time and still ended up bringing the trailer back. The problem with that is I didn't follow the process that Amazon has set forth for people to do in that exact situation. And what I should have done in that moment is, even though it would have made me late to my next leg of my tour and then possibly late to my next load, I should have requested that callback from ROC. That's the process they had in place. I wasn't very familiar with it. Again, this is when I first started with Amazon, didn't really know a lot. But, looking back at it now, like hindsight 2020, that app not working and saying verify trailer ID after the load had been canceled, that was a gift. I just didn't know what to do with it. A screenshot of that, I could have won a performance dispute, not on that leg, but if I were late to the next one, and the next one, it's like, look, your app messed up at this time. I was on time ahead of schedule there, and because of this mistake, of course I'm late to the rest of all of my loads. I could have won it, but I just feel like these clawbacks, unfortunately, they are part of everybody's learning curve with Amazon. They definitely were a part of mine. And, I make this video hopefully to share with you if you feel like you're doing anything extra, anything outside of the parameters of what Amazon says, even if you feel like you're making the right decision, don't be late to the load. Grab some screenshots. File the performance dispute if it needs to go that far. But if you feel like you're doing anything extra to make a load happen, my best advice would be don't do it. Stop and just follow what processes they have in place for you. I hope this video serves you well. Appreciate you for watching. Take care.